After witnessing the second devastating plane crash in only 3 nights, 2 things have become abundantly clear. The first is, it is very difficult to feel safe in Donald Trump's America. Now, we cannot pit both of these crashes, one an accident, the second not yet to be explained, directly on Donald Trump, but it is clear that his disregard for government oversight and desire to deregulate everything and advancing his policy of owning liberals is putting people in real danger, and it is already playing out. And the second thing that is true after both of these crashes is that Donald Trump doesn't care. He will use them to push forward his agenda. He will use them to talk about DEI, and he will use them to make himself money. Yes, after this horrific plane crash in Philadelphia, Donald Trump made an insane post that just shows how he is always focused on himself and never us. It's always been clear. It's clear tonight. We're going to get into that, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really means a lot to me. Now, before we get into the insane post Trump made, I first want to get an update on the ground from our friends at MSNBC in this clip right here.
Let's bring in MSNBC's Ali Velshi on the phone. Ali, this is a nightmare that seems to be metastasizing in Philadelphia. You can see these balls of flames that we were just talking to Tom Costello about. This is near the Roosevelt Mall. So now we're talking about the potential for injuries on the ground, obviously injuries from that plane or fatalities in both circumstances. This seems like a bad time to have utter chaos in the federal government and at the FAA.
Yeah, this is a really complicated matter because Northeast Philadelphia Airport falls under the Philadelphia Aerodrome. So the larger air traffic control area that controls that area is Philadelphia and the Philadelphia Tower. It's responsible for a lot of incoming and outgoing flights anywhere into the region. It's a pretty busy airport, actually. This flight was coming in from Morristown, New Jersey, as Tom was saying. These Learjets are equipped because of the size of them and the range that they can fly. They're equipped to put medical patients on. They can put stretchers on them. Very unusual situation because to fly a Learjet, your qualifications have to be pretty high. So we're not quite sure, and we never like to speculate this early into an accident as to what could have happened. But it does seem to have overshot the runway. And when you do that, you end up in, first of all, a pretty residential area in Northeast Philadelphia. So it's densely populated. You know, one of the good fortunes we always seen when a plane doesn't land exactly where it's supposed to be is that often it's in an unpopulated area. That's not the case here. This is a populated area. Roosevelt Mall is obviously a busy place. I'm looking at aerial shots right now, and there are closures all around the area because this is a big concern. It's also a very short journey on an aircraft that is very powerful, and because it's a jet, carries a great deal of fuel. Jet fuel is very flammable, so this has the potential to be much more serious than that looks at the moment. We do know what we know right now is it does seem to have been on a medical mission coming from Morristown, New Jersey. Very short flight, not long at all, but that's often the case with these medevac flights or these things in which they're moving patients. But yeah, this has landed outside of a fairly busy airport. Northeast Philadelphia is the second busiest airport in the Philadelphia metro area, but they all fall. I've flown out of the Philadelphia regional airports a lot. They all fall under Philadelphia. So any air traffic control information you need, if you're flying out of any of these small airports, it gets governed by the ATC and the controllers that deal with Philadelphia Airport, because it's all in very similar related airspace, and it is incredibly busy airspace. Obviously, for those of us who live in New York, you have 3 major airports and a bunch of subsidiary airports, so there's probably no busier airport, but we've been talking about DCA with Reagan. There are 3 major airports in that area and a lot of subsidiary airports. This area around Philadelphia has a lot of them. So this is a busy airport area. It's a busy area for air flights. And it is sadly an area where if a plane does overshoot or something happens and it doesn't land on the pad of the airport, there's a great deal of danger of getting into an occupied area, where people live.
Just a terrifying situation, incredibly devastating. We do not know how many people have lost their lives, the damage that will be done to the community in the coming days. It's incredibly scary stuff. It's sad. It is a moment in time. I wish we had a real leader. But unfortunately, President Biden and Vice President Harris are no longer in the White House to do that. And we are left Donald Trump, who didn't start spouting off about DEI immediately, but he had a different approach. Minutes after this crash, about 10 to 20 minutes, he made this post on Truth Social. Trump wrote, "I love Trump. Go to gettrumpmemes.com. We don't even know how many people have lost their lives, how many people are hurt. And Donald Trump, as President of the United States, is telling people to go buy his crypto scam coin." That is his immediate response. Not a statement, not "my thoughts and prayers are with those who have lost their lives, people who have lost family members. We're going to do everything we can to support the city of Philadelphia right now. We don't know what's happening, what happened, what will happen, but as your president, I'm here." None of that from Donald Trump. Go buy my meme coin. Go enrich me by another couple of $1 billion off of his scam. It's disgusting. Even if nothing had happened tonight, the President of the United States and the First Lady, Melania shared one too today of her own meme scam. That's what they're focused on? How do we go forward like this? It is blatant corruption, the encouragement of chaos, an emphasis on cruelty in the moment, all we can expect. It's gross. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. And this is what we got to deal with. And the crypto stuff is insane. It is insane. It's not getting talked about enough. Doesn't get nearly the coverage it deserves. How much shady stuff is going on around here. But someone who did do a good job covering it was Ari Melber. I want to check that out in this clip right here.
But there are many things behind the scenes. We recently reported on government advisor Elon Musk exploiting his role to promote the crypto he owns. What you're looking at is part of our coverage on that previously. He named his government group after his cryptocurrency coin, which is named after a dog, which is why you see that image on screen when we reported on it, which is really no different than trying to rename a government department after Coke or Tesla. I mention that because now Musk's taxpayer-funded .gov website for his Trump policy group promotes the same crypto coin. Again, you see a different version of that dog. So day one, Donald Trump's chosen advisor, Elon Musk, is taking your taxpayer dollars and promoting his crypto businesses, stuff that he owns. He owns some of that. And the product, which is a crypto coin with this dog here, has nothing to do with cutting government spending or anything related. He's not even pretending. It's just a blatant grift. And we documented that then. Trump is clearly now echoing this approach. He's just launched a new digital currency, which may show where some of his focus has been, even as he begins the big job of president. And this is a big deal. This is not just some sort of side concern or like selling, T-shirts and merchandise. We are in kind of the Trump honeymoon period here. We are on, the first full day, and yet the conservative Murdoch-owned Wall Street Journal already blowing the whistle, noting Trump benefits directly from the sale of these new crypto tokens, while setting the very federal policies that affect how these crypto markets are valued and regulated. So for a financial publication and its readers in Wall Street, that's an obvious conflict of interest, even if you like other policies of the incoming president. As for Donald Trump, before I tell you more about this coin and how it affects you and how they're using taxpayer dollars to line their own pockets, remember, Donald Trump has been a longtime critic of these digital currency operations. He's dubbed them scams.
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. Potentially a disaster waiting to happen. They may be fake. Who knows what they are? I'm a big fan of the dollar. I'm a big fan of our currency, and I don't want to have other currencies coming out and hurting or demeaning the dollar.
I think it's a very dangerous thing.
Again, quoting Donald Trump, it's dangerous, it's a scam, and it hurts or competes with the United States dollar. On that last point, there are many people involved with traditional currency in the U.S. Treasury who agree with that concern. And now he's president, where he's supposed to be focused on helping you, the country, as he said in the address yesterday, and of course, the United States Treasury and the dollar. And yet he has just launched, coming into this weekend, this unregulated Trump digital coin. It is his own cryptocurrency. They're selling it as kind of the official one, although there's more than one Trump-related coin. I can get to that. This is a cryptocurrency product that people can buy and sell. And again, if you buy at one price and sell at another, a lot of the money, the value is coming from people investing in this, whether they're Trump fans or people who want to curry favor with them, with him and his team. And people could lose a lot of money on this as well. It's a big story.
The Profit President. Donald Trump cashes in on his own crypto coin.
Trump profiting from all these schemes in office, from the Middle East apartment towers to the trash coin Ponzi-like schemes that he's launching.
I literally bought $1 million worth of Trump like 30 minutes ago. We're already up $195,000.
The coin reached $9 billion in market value over the weekend, but faces scrutiny over a lack of investor transparency.
Trump launching his very own meme coin wasn't crazy enough. 4 hours ago, Melania Trump just did the same.
Listen, it'll go up and it'll go down, but also it is a central clearing station for bribery.
The Trump coin is worth $38 with a valuation of about $7 billion today. That is essentially cut in half from yesterday's peak $75 and $14 billion valuation. Volatile and risky.
Very volatile. It is illegal for politicians to take too much money in campaign contributions or to ever take direct gifts in exchange for what they do in office.
Truly, truly insane levels of corruption. And it seems like no one cares. Again, I don't know what we do. These last few days have been so tough, but we just got to call it out. And we're going to, on this show, every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.